There are major problems in the Australian housing market, no more in inner city areas like St Kilda. Access to housing for people on ordinary incomes, low incomes or pensions or benefits is very, very difficult. Our organisation was geared towards the idea that some of those people, but particularly the people that lived in the area for long periods, worked here, had access to services and so on, they needed some chances to stay in the area and have housing that was affordable and secure in the long term. That's what we provide. We provide in about 21 major housing projects around this area for about 350 residents. We provide long-term secure accommodation, and most of that we acquired through, over the years, gradually picking up, identifying older properties like this one and converting it to long-term secure housing for people on low incomes. So with this project, we started in the early 2000s. It was originally a backpacker's place. It's called the Beach House because it literally was a sort of a beach house for people who came to St Kilda in those post-war years and who actually, used the facilities of the beachfront and so on. It was a derelict at the time. It had a renovation early in the years 2000, about 2003, and it's come up again 20 years later that basically it needed another severe go. The other big issue that has been important in all this is we were originally a rooming house organisation. That is, we provided single rooms to people, which was fairly common, fairly standard in the 80s and even in the 90s. But things started to change, and we really, over the last decade or so, we have upgraded most of our accommodation to provide more larger, better facilities for people in what the market calls studio apartments. So that's what this project has been about. Across the top of that, as anyone who's lived in Australia, in Australian cities will understand that homelessness has just gone really through the roof, and particularly with regard to women. Women's homelessness has become a major issue in Melbourne. They are the largest increasing group that are becoming homeless. Women who have typically lost their jobs, had health issues, maybe a family separation, and now we are, I suppose, as an organisation, devoting considerable resources to providing more housing for those single women, to give them a better chance, to give them a chance to kind of build their confidence, to build their social networks, to build their membership of local organisations, to get training and to get themselves up on their feet and out into the community and into jobs. So that's what this project's about. We're very excited about the opportunities that it will provide. We think the accommodation is first class, and for the first time, many people who have had particularly been in unstable, pressured housing situations or literally almost on the street will have something that they can feel is their own and is there for the long term at prices, rents they can afford.
Well, the finishing and completing of this is a very big tick for all of the people involved.
Yeah, it is. There are complex issues involved with housing projects, housing development projects, where of course our main issues are really about the social kind of aspects of these things. We're not particularly developers ourselves, but what we needed to do here was bring together a whole group of planners and architects and engineers and get them to be on board with our vision for this property, which then they can bring to fruition. And we're really pleased the way it's turned out.